Good morning children, I hope class 6 children are watching this video and I hope you must be keeping well. As we have been doing multiplication of whole number and we had started exercise 3D, few questions already we have done and rest of the questions we will do today. So let's see exercise 3D question number 8 to 15 we will do today. So let's start. These are the questions you have to do. Question number 8, find the product of the largest 3-digit number and the largest 5-digit number. So largest 3-digit number and largest 5-digit number you must know and you need to multiply that so that you will get products. 8 you have, find the product of the largest 3-digit number and the largest 5-digit number. How we will solve this? We will write the largest 3-digit number is equal to 999 and the largest 5-digit number is equal to 99,999. So we need to get product of these two. So product will be 99,999 into 999. So what we can write, as in hint it has been given. Here you see it has been given 999 into 99,999 and this has been written in this form 1 then 5 zeros you have minus 1. So it can be written as 1 lakh minus 1 will be 99,999. In other way also we can solve. Let's see, in this way also we can solve. We can write 99,999 into, this can be written as 1000 minus 1. So this will be, just you need to multiply this with 1000 and when we are multiplying with 10, 100,000 and 10,000 and so on, only what is needed to be done, the number we need to write and on that, on extreme right, the zeros are required to be added. So here you see 99999 5 times you have and 3 zeros you will be having. So you can write this 99,999 into 1000 and then minus 99,999 into 1. So if we are multiplying 99,999 with 1000, simply what we will get? 99999 5 times with 3 zeros 1 2 3 minus, if any number is getting multiplied by 1, the same number we get. So the same number we will get, this one. Now this is required to be subtracted. Here you see 10 minus 9 will be 1. You see how we will subtract? 99999 5 times we have and 3 zeros you have, and then you need to subtract 5 times 9. Just you subtract this. 10 minus 9 will be 1, 9 minus 9 will be 0, 9 minus 9 will be 0. Here 8 you have, so it became 18, 18 minus 9 will be 9 and 18 minus 9 will be 9. Here you have 8 and then 9 and 9. So finally you have got 99899 and 001 and this will be your answer. Next we will see. Here is, you see, next question you have, a car moves at a uniform speed at 75 km per hour. How much distance will it cover in 98 hours? So just you see, a car moves at a uniform speed at 75 km per hour. Uniform speed means without changing speed. Suppose if it is having 75 km per hour it means in 1 hour car is completing 75 kilometer. In 1 hour car is completing 75 kilometer without changing the speed. In uniform speed means without changing the speed. In 1 hour it is completing 75 kilometer. How much distance will it cover in 98 hours? So unitary method can be applied. We will write like this way. Means the car covers in 1 hour 75 kilometer. Therefore the car will cover 90 in 98 hours. How much distance? 75 into 98 kilometer. This is required to be simplified. So we will write 75 into 98. It means directly it can be multiplied and can be found out answer, but we can write 75 into, because distributive law you know, 100 minus 2 it can be written. Just you multiply 75 into 100 is equal to 7500 minus, if with 2 you are multiplying, what you will get? 2 5 ja 10, 2 7 ja 14 and 1 15. Thus you need to subtract this. 0 minus 0 is equal to 0. Here 0 you have, here you have 5. So 10 minus 5 is equal to 5. Here you have 4. 4 minus 1 is equal to 3. And this is 7. So 7350 kilometer will be your answer. So you will write hence, what you will write? Hence, how much distance will it cover in 98 hours? In 98 hours, the car will cover 7350 kilometer, and this will be your answer. So in this way this is required to be done. Next you see, a dealer purchased 139 VCRs. VCR is what? VCR is just like we have DVD player or CD player, like that VCR was there before. So 139 VCRs were purchased. If the cost of each set is 24,350, find the cost of all the sets together. So again unitary method will be required to be applied. Or simply you can write down in this way also. The cost of all the sets will be equal to, here you see a dealer purchased 139 VCRs. This is number of VCRs, and if the cost of each set is 24,350, so you will write the cost of one VCR into number of VCRs. The cost of one VCR into number of VCRs. So this will be how much? The cost of one VCR is what? 24,350 into number of VCR 139. This is required to be simplified. Just you need to multiply this. Just you multiply in rough somewhere 24350. Either directly you can multiply, or again distributive law can be applied. So it can be written as 24,350 into this 139 can be written as 100 plus 39, and then it can be simplified, or directly you multiply with 139. This will be 900, 9 5 ja 45, 4 you have, 9 3 ja 27, and 4 31, 1 you have written, 9 4 ja 36, and 3 39, again 3 you have, 9 2 is 18 and 3 21. Then you have 3 0 0, 3 5 is 15, 1 you have, 3 3 is 9 and 1 10, again 1 you have, 3 4 is 12 and 1 13, 1 you have, 3 2 is 6 and 1 7. If by 1 you are multiplying the same number, you will be having 0, 5, 3, 4 and 2. This you add up, 0, 5, 6, 14, 3 and 3 6 and 1 7 and 1 8, and this will be 7 and 2 9 and 4 13, and this will be 3. So you will get 3 3 8 4 6 5 0, this much rupees. So the cost of all sets will be this much rupees. How much it is? Ones, tens, 100, 1000, 10,000, lakh, means 33 lakh 84,650. So you will write hence, or simply already you have written here the cost of all the sets, it is not required. This will be your answer, 3384650. This will be your answer. Okay, next we will see a housing society constructed 197 houses. If the cost of construction for each house is 4,50,000, what is the cost of all the houses? Again, in the same way it is required to be solved. Here you see the cost of all the houses will be equal to what? A housing society constructed 197 houses. It means this is number of houses, and for constructing one house, how much cost that is, or how much they have spent. So that is 4,50,000. So here you will write the cost of construction for one house. The cost of construction of one house into the number of houses. Just you see, so this will be equal to how much? The cost of construction of one house is rupees 4,50,000. This much into number of houses, how much it is? 197. So directly if you are multiplying, again you will get the answer. Otherwise simply apply distributive law. 4 5 1 2 3 4 zeros you have. This can be written as 200 minus 3. 197 can be written as 200 minus 3. Now this will be 4 5 0 0 0 0 into 200 minus 4 5 1 2 3 4 into 3. Now you see, if you are multiplying this, what you will get? First of all, 0 you count, 1 2 3 4 5 6 zeros you will be having, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now 2 5 ja 10, 2 4 ja 8 and 1 9. This much minus this you multiply, 1 2 3 4 zeros are there, 1 2 3 4, 3 5 ja 15, 1 you have, 3 4 ja 12 and 1 13. Again you need to subtract this. In rough you subtract 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Here you have 4 zeros, 1 2 3 4 and 135, 5 3 1. You subtract this, you will get 0 0 0 0. 10 minus 5 is equal to 5, and here you will have 9 minus 3 is equal to 6, 9 minus 1 is equal to 8, and here you will have 8. So finally you will get 8, 8, 6, 5, 1 and 000. Here you see ones, tens, hundred, thousand, 10,000, lakh, 10 lakh, crore. So 8 crore 86 lakh 51,000 will be your answer. So this much rupees. So for constructing 197 houses, this much money will be required. 8 crore 86 lakh 51,000. Okay, next we will see 50 chairs and 30 blackboards were purchased for a school. If each chair costs 1065 rupees and each blackboard cost 1645 rupees, find the total cost of the bill. So just you see how we will solve. 50 chairs and 30 blackboards were purchased for a school. So we will write here total bill we need to find out. So here we can write down price for 1 unit, means 1 chair or 1 blackboard, how much that is cost, that cost. And here we can write number of units. In this way we can form bill. So here you see chair. So 1 chair cost how much? 1 chair, each chair cost 1065. 1065. Number of units or number of chair is how much? 50 chair. This is required to be multiplied by 50 and we need to write over here. And then blackboards. So here you have 1 blackboard that costs 1645 rupees into number of units, means number of blackboards, how many our purchase? 30. This is required to be multiplied. And then here it is required to be written and this will be total bill. Here we will write total. So here you see how we will do. Just you need to multiply this. 5 5 ja 25, 2 you have, 5 6 ja 30 and 2 32, 3 you have, 5 0 0 and 3 we will write, and 5 1 ja 5. Then this is required to be multiplied. Here 1 0 will be required. Here you multiply 3 5 ja 15, 1 you have, 3 4 ja 12 and 1 13, 3 6 ja 18 and 1 19, and 3 1 ja 3 and 1 4 and 1 0. Now this is required to be added together. So this will be 0 and 0 0, 5 and 5 10, 2 and 3 5 and 1 6, 9 and 3 12, 1 you have, this will be 10. Ones, tens, hundred, thousand, 10,000, lakh. 1 lakh. Total bill will be 1,02,600 rupees, and this will be your answer. So in this way this is required to be done. Next you see, there are 6 sections of class 6. Suppose in one class you have 6 sections. In class 6 sections are there in a school, and there are 45 students in each section. In one section 45 children are there. So in whole class, in class 6, how many children are there? 45 into 6. If the monthly charges from each student be 1650, find the total monthly collection from class 6. So here you see, we will write total number of students in class 6. That will be how much? Total number of students in class 6 will be 45 into 6, because in one section 45 children are there and 6 sections are there. So this will be how much? 6 5 ja 30, 3 you have, 6 4 ja 24 and 3, this will be 27. So number of students in class 6 is 270. Now one child is paying how much? Monthly charges are how much? One child is paying 1650. So total amount will be 1650 into 270. So we will write total monthly collection. Total monthly collection will be equal to monthly charge for one student into total number of student. Total number of student in class 6. Class 6. So that will be equal to how much? Monthly charge is 1650 rupees into 270. Again, directly if you are multiplying you will get, otherwise again distributive law can be applied and it can be written as 1650 into 300 minus 30. This can be written and can be found out. So either way, either you directly multiply this or in this way it can be found out. Here you see 3, if you are multiplying 1650 into 300, 1650 into 30, you multiply this, what you will get? 300, 3 5 ja 15, 1 you will have, 3 6 ja 18 and 1 19, 1 you have again, 3 1 ja 3 and 1 4 and 2 zeros you will be having. This much minus, here again you multiply, here you will be having 2 zeros and then you multiply, 3 0 already you have written, 3 5 ja 15, 3 6 ja 18 and 1 19, 3 1 ja 3 and 1 4. So you subtract this, 4 9 5 000 minus 495 495 00. So this will be 00. Here you will have 5. 14 minus 9 will be 5. Here you will have 8 minus 4 will be 4 and this will be 4. So ones, tens, hundreds, thousand, 10,000 and lakh. So this will be rupees 4,45,000 and 500 rupees, and this will be your answer. So in this way this is required to be written. Either you can multiply directly, the same amount you will get, or you can apply distributive law. Next we will see the product of two whole numbers is 0. What do you conclude? Just you see, product of two whole numbers. Whole number is what? Whole number is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. This is whole number. So product of two whole number, if two whole number you are multiplying, two whole numbers are there and then you are multiplying and result you are getting 0. So how will you get 0? If two numbers you should have, two whole numbers, so any whole number you assume, suppose we have assumed 5. The second number what we should keep, so that product we will get 0. The second number must be 0, then only we will get product 0. And suppose if first number you have, so suppose first number unknown, first number is unknown and second number you know, suppose this is 17. So what number we will put over here, so that product we will get 0. Definitely the first number also should be 0. So what we have concluded, what do you conclude? So if you can write, if two whole numbers whole numbers are multiplied and product is 0, then one among them must be 0. One among them must be 0, then only product you will get 0. This is the conclusion. Okay, next we will see question number 15. Here you can see, fill in the blanks you have. Sum of two odd numbers is an number. Sum of two odd numbers, any two odd numbers you assume, suppose 3 and 5. Sum of two odd numbers, the sum of two odd numbers, any two odd number you assume and you get the sum, what you will get? This is odd or even? This is even number. 11 plus 13, suppose, what you will get? 24. So if any two odd number you are adding, the sum what you will get, that will be an even number. Product up to odd numbers, just you see, 3 into 5, 15. If you are multiplying 3 into 7, 21, 5 into 9, 45. So if you are multiplying two odd number, always you will get odd number. And here you see a into 0 and a into a is equal to a. That implies a is equal to what? Just you see, if a is not equal to 0 and product you are getting what? A. Any two number, equal numbers are there. Suppose if a is not equal to 0 and a into a is equal to, you are getting a. Suppose 2 into 2 you will get 4, 3 into 3 you will get 9, 4 into 4 you will get 16. But here you need to get the same number if you are multiplying with that. Then what number it should be? 1 into 1, then only you will get 1. Otherwise, even if you are writing 0 into 0, this is 0 only. But 1 into 1 will be only 1, otherwise no any other number you will be having. When you are multiplying with the same number, you will get 1. You will not get any other number. If you are multiplying with the same number, you will never get 1. So only 1 is there, which is being multiplied by 1, and result you will get 1. So in this way we have completed this exercise, and I hope you have understood, and you must do practice, and these all the questions must be there in your notebook, and you must do practice by yourself, by solving by yourself. And next day we will start division in whole numbers. Until then, thank you.